consolidate in certain areas. We need to look at, if there's cross-duplication across areas within the city and in the county. Specifically, if you live in Lake Nona, you live in the city of Orlando, and you also live in unincorporated Orange County. And, where is there an opportunity when you've got a fire station here and not a mile down the road, you've got a fire station there? Day one as county commissioner, there's a couple things I'd like to see. First and foremost, I'd like to see an independent audit, not so much on the day-to-day spending within the county, but on if we're running as efficient as possible. Second, I'd like to see an independent council of citizens, and many of you could apply for that job, to come in and to take a look at suggestions that common folks, non-management folks at the county would make on how to improve efficiencies within their departments. I spent the last 18 months getting to know people at the county, and I'll tell you, my phone rings every day with people that are out there saying, I think we could save money here. I take it to management and nothing happens. Let's take management out of that equation like we would in our business, have a suggestion box, and let's reward those employees if they find significant savings to the county, which ultimately translate to savings to taxpayers and hopefully improved efficiency and improved
Go down to county admin, they have about 200 pages of employee suggestions that were submitted 2 years ago for cost savings, and a lot of those were implemented. I'll be very specific. I would first look at DJJ costs the county's bear. We pay $190 a day for every kid that's sent over to the Juvenile Justice Center. If you look at counties down South Florida, the same number of referrals, they pay half the amount we pay. We pay $8 million, they pay $4 million. We need to put bracelets on them. We need to give a state attorney and the other guy, the state attorney and DA, and put them in the centers. They adjudicate the cases quickly. Our center gets them out very quickly, so it's not that. I would look at transport. If the city of Orlando starts to transport, Orange County transport, if you look at the map, it's a mess. We need to shore it up. We need to look at how we can transport individuals, maximize revenues, reduce costs, because it's a very expensive proposition unless you do it right. I would look at healthcare benefits. We need to look at clinics for the employees. We need to look at pharmaceuticals, how we do that. We need to drive down the cost of their healthcare benefits, because it's very, very expensive without reducing their actual care.
I want to start by saying Orange County doesn't have a revenue problem. Orange County has a spending problem. And we've got to cut back 10% across the board internally over the next 4 years, with the exception of public safety. And let me not say that they do not need to be internally looked at and see if there's any way that they can cut. But like I said, you don't take any deputies out of our neighborhoods, you don't take any firemen out of our firehouses. But we have to cut back. We did with a lot less a few years ago, and now they're saying we can't. One of the other things that I would look at is these contracts, these government contracts that we give out. You've got these major companies that come into this town. They low bid the companies that are here, the small businesses that are here, and when you look at the end of the job, we paid a whole lot more than what the small business locally offered. This is a big way. I've talked to people that actually work within the department off the record and said, when you get elected, go sit into Public Works and look into contracts that are given out by the government, and you'll see the lots and lots of financial waste. These are just some of the ways we could sit here all night, but there are a lot of ways, and we did look internally at different budgets. Thank you.
We have a huge revenue problem in Orange County, and it's called the declining housing market. Due to the fact that everyone's assessed value has dropped dramatically, our taxes dropped dramatically, and that's one of the big issues. Again, we spent hours and hours today just in our 4 square mile city in Belle Isle trying to come up with different ways to make up for the shortfall that we have out there. And we were not even closely affected by a lot of foreclosures like Orange County is. My favorite word this campaign is rethink. We need to rethink the way we do business. We need to rethink how Orange County does business. We need to streamline some departments. We can streamline purchasing. We can streamline human resources. We can streamline fleet management. Budgeting is one of my fortes. I can balance a budget without raising taxes. I plan to do that in the next few weeks as well in Belle Isle. We have to look at different ways to do things. We have to look at buying involved with purchasing. We have to look at doing things with the City of Orlando. Belle Isle we are doing this with the cities of Edgewood and Windermere to keep our costs down so we can make our taxes affordable and hopefully not have to raise our millage rate. So there's all kinds of things that can be done. And we do need to look at the sheriff's budget. I'm not saying take deputies off the street, but they buy things. They have a big purchasing budget. No one is exempt. Every budget should be audited, and then we should be able to come up with ways to resolve so the taxpayers are not affected. Thank you.